Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for coming by once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team. I'm the homie Nako, bringing you for this video a continuation to the beginner's guide that I've been working on. In this video, we're going to focus on training and powering up your players and explaining ability. There's training, there's ability limit break, there's boundary break. I think that's it, but I also want to cover in this video passing on skills, what that does, well, the boundary break, you know how that works and all that stuff, and then also skill removals and all this other stuff. So hopefully this will help you as a beginner in terms of, like, you know, the basics is easy, the training and stuff like that. Ability limit break, well, I just have to explain to you where you get the items and materials for that. The boundary break is the most difficult in terms of understanding, especially as a beginner. And if you're a player, that I know I have a few people that have reached out to me saying that they're not necessarily new, they're returning to the game, but at the same time there's like a bunch of different stuff that they're not familiar with in terms of, like, maybe the boundary breaking is probably the most significant of those. And then also there's well, hidden abilities and passives and all that stuff and how all that works. So hopefully I could cover a lot of that in this video. Right now I have about 40 minutes before I gotta take my bro to work, and then yeah, so let's get to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. Hopefully I will. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to lag it. As a matter of fact, I gotta make today, I gotta make it a priority today. Aside from the fact that I want to record so many things today, I need to edit and all that stuff, but I also want to take the time to finally reply to all of those comments, man. Come on. I know, my bad. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the team that I got from the beginning of the beginner's guide, the part 1, when I explained the reason why this is the character card that you should be starting off with. As you see, all of these are at level 1. I haven't trained a single one of these, and for the purpose of this video to explain some of those things, I'm gonna have to cycle through some accounts. This is the beginners one, but then I'm also gonna show you some things using my alt account, and then I'm gonna have to show you something using my main account, because there's a bunch of different scenarios. And like I said, I guess the reason why nobody wants to create a beginner's guide for this game is because there's actually so much to cover. I created an outline that I had. 1 second. So this right here, this is actually an old outline, but this was created when I did all the stuff for the World Cup and everything, and all the stuff that I needed to cover. And then where I made it right here, hopefully you can, no, not necessarily see what I wrote, but at least because the way that I have the OBS set up and all this stuff right here, I could see the screen, but I can't see my face. So, you know, I can't see on the screen if what I showed you was visible to you, so my bad. But the point of that was that I actually had created that outline the first time that I did the beginner's guide last year, but then I never got around to creating the rest of it, which is showing you how to train and all that stuff. So I still use that as a guideline, but as you can see, it was a whole page worth, and those were just, you know, like an outline, bullet points and stuff like that, to kind of like the things that need to be discussed and addressed and everything to understand and play the game. Okay, so let's stick to the basics first. To train a player, okay, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that, or at least to get to the point where you will train a player. Like, let's say, for example, for the purpose of missions, if one of the missions right here is to, all right, friendly transfer. Okay, not today. Let's say the mission would have been train a player, and you don't want to, well, you have a full squad already, blah blah blah. Oops, my bad, because I'm just clicking, my bad. Let me see. Let me move to the other side, okay, so you can see where I'm clicking. 1 second. All right, so as you can see here in the home screen, my mouse is right here. See my mouse? Okay, I'm going right here to the left where it says players. I click on that. You have training, evolution, hidden ability, evolution, ability limit break, skill field, edit. We'll get into that as well. Boundary break, enhance special skills, teach special skills, skill removal, Okay, all of these right here involve ways to enhance your player cards. I know it seems like a lot, I know it seems overwhelming, but trust me, once you get into the groove of things, these are like, I hardly come in here and use this, I hardly use this, I hardly use this, and I hardly use this, because most of the time I go directly to the player that I'm looking for, and I'll explain that later. Alright, these right here, the player list, player database, item list, sell player. Most of the time the sell player, you'll just use it to like get rid of like those useless cards just to make space for your sorry, my back is bugging me, or my shoulders. To sell like useless cards and stuff like that to make space in your inventory. The item list will just kind of give you a general overview of the stuff that you have. As you see, the enhancement items right here, black balls and stuff like that. Really, that's all I got? No way, no way. Oh yeah, huh? Well, this is only like a few days old for this account. That's right, my bad. And then this, we don't have that. This, when you do skill removals and stuff like that, or you purchase skills from the shop and other things, it'll be right here. The drills, I'm not gonna go ahead and explain all of these drills. A lot of these just come from, there's an event or something like that that they left, that they kept on here and made permanent, where you could technically level up these player cards, but really they're not usable for anything. So I would not worry about a whole bunch of these different drills. The ones that you really probably care about the most will be from this green one right here to all the way down here up to the rainbow one, because those are the actual ones that you'll be using to evolve all of the SSR cards that become available into UR. These especially are the more important ones out of these drills. But back in the day, we actually had to spend time farming with our club mates and stuff like that just to be able to get as many of these as possible, so we would have them available for if we ever got the SSR card that we needed. Even to farm for rainbow drills and stuff like that. Man, I remember those days. But now, a lot of this could easily be farmed solo and quickly, and they're giving so many of these as rewards and stuff like that that it's not usually a chore as much as it was before. So yay. We'll get into that. And then we got knowledge stuff right here. These knowledge medals, okay, all of these are at 0 because I haven't farmed a single one of these. But all of these knowledge medals, they come from farming different events and stuff like that that are permanent. And these knowledge medals are going to be required in order to unlock hidden abilities within cards. We'll get into that as well. Trust, all right, trust. These right here, we're given 6 of them because they're given to us as a gift. This is a gift, Misaki, and they're giving them to you so that you could kind of get an idea as to like what's up with it. So I'm going to take advantage of that to show you a little bit of how it works. Boundary break. Of course, we have nothing. That's why Roberto's crying right here, because we got absolutely 0. But a lot of veteran players right now are also feeling this right here because they got 0, and we'll get into that. So that's the item list. The player database. What I love about the player database is that, well, at least back in the day, if you got a little curious as to the different type of characters that are available and stuff, it's all right here. You can go through every single player card and stuff like that. So then when you get an SSR card or something like that, right, you could come and check it out to see like how it compares to other characters within that same with other cards for that same character. I think I need to clarify and make sure that I guess let's go over like a glossary of terms, okay, so that I don't confuse you. When I say character, I'm talking about the name of the player. Tsubasa Osora is a character. Kojiro Hyuga is another one. Genso Wakabayashi is another character. Again, for all of these, when you're pulling, when you're getting cards, they're cards. You're pulling for players, but they're given to you as cards, right? And then the cards come to life in the game or whatever. So you're pulling for cards. The reason why that matters is because every player or every character has different cards. And within these cards, there are different skills and stuff like that that will sometimes are new. And those skills you could pass on to other to other cards of the same character. For example, this one right here has a shot that some of these other ones don't have. But of course, right now, you probably wouldn't know this. I guess you could say that in order, when you go into one of these player databases or whatever, when you go, the further down they are, the more recent they are. The furthest down that you go, the newer that they are. Does it necessarily mean that they're stronger? I think maybe 95% of the time that will be the case. Keep in mind that just because one character, you see him play one, let's say you see him play one position primarily, that doesn't mean that every single card that is released for that character will remain the same, as you can see right here. AM for this one, attacking midfielder, DM or AM for this one. So sometimes, depending on the character's card, the card will determine if that character is able to play one position or another. In some cases, some characters will be featured with cards that allow them to play up to 3 positions. I don't think that I've seen anybody. I think 3 has been the max. I was trying to think. I think 3 has been the max. The most that I've seen is probably from a character known as Pierre, where he has 2 cards. One of them where he could play defender, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, and then another one that he could play defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, and forward. So, it will depend on that character's card. So just because this one can play AM and DM doesn't mean that a future Tsubasa Osora will also be able to play DM and AM. And again, remember, you see this DF right here. This DF right here on the top right corner signifies that it's a Dream Festival character, while the DC right here signifies that it's a Dream Collection character. Now, for any one of these cards, whenever you want to view them, and this will apply through almost anywhere in the game, usually you want to press and hold. Press and hold, and it'll take you to more information. Same thing when you're viewing the skills. If you want to see more information on the skills, click and hold. You'll find a description of the shot. You'll find out if it has a special effect or not. For example, doesn't lose momentum even when used to shoot from a tight angle. Some of those shots will be handy for that, and when they have stuff like this will allow you to play these type of characters, these type of cards from the sidelines if you so choose to do so. Okay, so it would, of course, in some cases, like for example, go back to the other Tsubasa Osora, the most recent, the most powerful. This shot right here has no special effects. So it would not be beneficial for this guy, this character, this card, the card for this character to shoot from a tight angle. Otherwise, it will lose some of its power. Now, let me also use a glossary of terms for that. This fire thingy right here that you see, this we refer to it as momentum. Momentum, meaning how much force. Momentum and skill force are basically synonyms, okay? So when you read that or see that anywhere else, just know that they are one and the same. This right here is the stamina. The little lightning bolt right here. Stamina. How much stamina a player has to perform certain skills. So 530, as you see, is a significant amount compared to the 1384 that he has available. So 530, if you mismanage your stamina, right here might seem like it's not too big of a deal, but if you're gonna arm this specific card with a 1-2 skill, and I will show you what that is. A 1-2 skill essentially is a skill that will allow your card to have another player. In some cases, there are some skills where you have no other characters required to perform the skill, where you kind of do, well, exactly that, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, right? And that'll allow you to advance a little bit further along the field of play. But generally, those type of skills are a little costly as well. So if you go into this card and automatically, like I think one of his 1-2 skills has this one doesn't have golden duel, I don't think. Let's say you have a 1-2 skill. Nope. Okay, well, let's go with the guaranteed. I know this one for sure has a 1-2 skill. Where's he at? Oh, like this one. See, 435. Now, the thing with this guy is that at the time 1,206. So if you decided 435, 555, I'm gonna try and get myself right away off the bat with this character card, give them the ball, and try to work my way all the way to the front with just this. Then automatically off the bat, you're already spending 990 stamina. 990 stamina. So you're relieving yourself pretty low. But this particular character card has a hidden ability or hidden skill, such as this one, Tenacity, can use a special skill with normal force if stamina is 1 or higher. Normal force, keep that in mind. Normal force. I think this is still true. And I could have sworn that we've seen it through like the help menus or whatever, the few ones that are thrown into the games, where I think the lower your stamina, the lower the effectiveness of your skills. So I think that if your player does not have tenacity, and I think that's still true because of the wording that is used on this, can use a special skill with normal force if stamina is 1 or higher, with normal force. So I do believe that, like, let's say for example with this card, if you just straight up shoot 555 and then your next shot is going to cost you 555, yeah, you still have enough energy or enough stamina, I should say. But you know, like in real life, your first shot, it's a possibility your first shot might be your most powerful when your second shot might not have as much power because you've already been running a little bit more. You've already exhausted a little bit of energy. Yeah, you have enough energy to shoot, but you know, so I think that's the way we make sense out of it. But because the game is full of RNG and stuff like that, I wouldn't think way too much about it. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to run into occasions where like, what? I can't believe that scored. What? I can't believe this happened. What? I can't believe. It just is what it is, okay? Just accept it. It's just like when you play football or soccer or whatever you want to call it in real life. Sometimes there's a saying that it's not about who plays the prettiest or who plays the best, but it's about who scores the goals. And that's just how it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure if you have balled before, if you have played, I'm pretty sure you probably were once in a team where either A, you felt like you were the better team, and for some reason or another, you still lost somehow. Where the ball just wasn't falling our way, the ball just wasn't, they got the other team got the bounces more than us, whatever. Or maybe you were the team that felt like, hey, we're the underdogs. Wow, this team is really powerful. Wow, we probably don't have a chance. And all of a sudden you pull off an upset. It's just how it is. It happens in real life. So yeah, I understand probably when we're playing RNG, I think the reason why we get so upset is because that thing is out of our control, right? So one of the things that I'm learning from group therapy is that sometimes we have to not get so upset for things that we cannot control. And you have to understand that when you're playing this game, RNG is definitely something that is out of your control. All you can do, what you can control, just like in life, are the decisions that you make. Then afterwards, you kind of have to live with the results. Granted, you're going to be making decisions based on what you think will provide you the best results, right? For the most part, at least that's the goal, that's the aim. Then when we try to make a decision, we're thinking, we're calculating the best outcome or whatever. But sometimes a wrench gets thrown into those plans. Sometimes things will go off the road. Not literally, my bad. I'm not trying to, be all like super dark about it. But what I mean is that things could take a left turn, I guess, when you meant to make a right turn. All kinds of stuff can happen. It happens in life. It happens in sports. It's going to happen in this game. So chill out. I've lost a few matches to RNG. I've won a few matches to RNG. Oh well, just play the game and have fun with it. That's it. That's how it's going to be. If you want a perfect game, this is not going to be it. If you're going to be getting upset over the gacha rates, then okay, go try another gacha game. And then you'll see from what I'm reading and a few other things, because the other day too, I was on the App Store just checking out other games, see if I could showcase another game on the channel, maybe a game I've never played before or blah, blah, blah. And you're reading through the reviews, and practically a bunch of them that are gacha games, what are they all complaining about? Same thing. The pull rates. Oh, the not only the pull rates, but then you need like 100 million of these character cards and copies and crystals and gems and I don't know what to to power them up fully, and you need all of this and that to guarantee a card, and some don't even have it. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We know what we're getting ourselves into here. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. So, before I continue to go off on tangents like I tend to do sometimes. Okay, so that was the explanation of momentum and stuff like that. And, oh yeah, so you saw how the other one had doesn't lose momentum even at a tight angle. Well, this one doesn't lose momentum even when used from far away. And also, so remember, this is a special effect. This right here is a requirement. 2-player combination technique. The following players are required. Tsubasa and Ribaul. There's going to be a few times where you're going to come across a skill where you're going to need 3 characters on the field. Specific characters, not cards. Specific characters on the field. The most I've seen is, I think, a requirement of 5. But that's a rare exception. That's only usually with the Netherlands squad, because a lot of the Netherlands players are highly dependent on having the rest of the Netherlands players. And even the Mexican players had something similar. However, you're never going to use any of the Mexican players on any of your squads unless it's the goalkeeper. And even then, he seems to continue to fall short of hopes. Not well, I guess maybe of expectations, because people want them to be better, but they don't make them better. Oh well. In some cases, yeah, so 3 players and stuff like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. And to check those requirements, it tells you right here, look, this doesn't necessarily mean that it requires 2 people. It's just telling you right here that, hey, you're going to require more than 1 person. This is not a solo skill. There's nothing right here. This is a solo skill. This one definitely needs somebody else. And this one, as you see, also the shot requires assistance. Okay, so there's that in terms of the player database. And it's funny because my intent to come here at first was to show you to start on the training, but I got distracted and all that stuff. I'll blame it on the ADHD that I haven't been diagnosed with, but I'm by March 30th. Okay, so hidden ability evolution, that'll happen naturally when you're training a player. Once you get it to max and everything, it'll give you this option. It'll give you the option to train again and blah blah blah. You'll see it. I will show you. Okay, so you could train a player from here. If, like, again, I started off with like the missions. Yeah, I got evolved. I started off with the missions. I said this is usually the screen that you're gonna come to when you do missions, right? Where you're gonna come in here, you can select the player and train them and blah blah blah. But I've already trained these guys, so I'm not gonna do it from here. So, like, let's say the other way that you could train then is we're gonna go. Oh yeah, real quick, my bad. As a reminder, these right here, you see the little chest right here? The chest means that it's a chess player, meaning usually it's a gift or something like that. Lately, they've been releasing some chess players, some free ones, some gifted ones that have had at least some type of use, whether it's a useful skill to pass on to another character card, or as actually usable on a team. There's been like more than one for sure that they've given us as a gift, and they lasted at least a few weeks, maybe a month or something like that, so not bad, I guess. But this is a distinction then, so you know that these can only be obtained in a specific way, whether that's through a gift, that's through an event. Some of them are even permanent events, some of them are just permanent gifts, some of them are time limited gifts, some of them are event specific gifts, so on and so forth. Okay, this is an SSR card. Notice there's no DF, there's no DC. So this is a standard SSR pool card. However, there are some limited units. Oh man, my shoulders. Okay, so there are some limited units that unfortunately they don't have any kind of mark or anything on here that allow you to know that they are limited. Possibly the best way that you can know are generally the ones that come with an official kit on, an official uniform. Most of the time they're limited units. The exceptions will be in some cases where, like, Dream Festival character cards that are released, those are never limited. The only thing that's limited for them are the kits. Because remember, Dream Festival units that are released now, or whenever now is, they are forever, well, until the K-Lab decides to change this, I guess, but they are forever in the Dream Festival pool. Only during Dream Festival. And whenever they gift us those anniversary tickets that will provide us with gifts with SSR players and stuff like that. Otherwise, yeah, I will show you through another account. But then I don't want to go off on a tangent, blah, blah, blah. So let me try and stay on track here. The other way that you can train is when you go to your team. So when you go to your team down here on the bottom left, hopefully you saw where I clicked on it. This was the first card that came to us. But, well, yeah. So let me show you that, as a matter of fact. So when you first start 2, then you get access to this transfer right here. No, not this one. So I know that I already did a video where I'm explaining some of the transfers, but in that video, that account did not have access to this. Get all the positions, beginner support, dream pod transfer. So in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are just examples. You see, there's a defender, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, forward, and a goalkeeper. In this transfer, as a beginner, you will have 5 free SSR cards. They are not usable for meta purposes or anything like that, but it's just so that you start building up your team so you have something to work with. There's gonna be a few events here and there where you're definitely going to be required to have a decent goalkeeper, or at least an SSR/UR goalkeeper, so you can stop the computers or the CPU's basic simple shots, because an SR card will not cut it. So remember, this beginner support is primarily to help you progress through the story and the events and stuff like that, so you can start clearing them for dream balls and stuff like that, so down the line you can start pulling for players. Okay, and that's another thing that I'm gonna have to discuss as well, because I know for the most part I've been telling you don't pull, but we'll see. I think once we get to the boundary break, so that I can explain why I recommend against pulling until you reach an anniversary event. Then I believe, and only then, especially as a beginner, is it worth going all in. And you'll be happy that you have all those dream balls. Trust me, you'll be happy, as opposed to spending them now where you're a beginner. You're just like, well, this guy looks pretty good, let me just pull on it, let me see what it feels like. Nah, man, because then later on down the line you're gonna regret it. I think so, at least that's my opinion. Okay, so let's go. This one remaining, because it's 1 per day. You get 5 total, 1 per day. I haven't been logging in with this account because I had no intention of farming it. The sole reason why this account exists is because of this tutorial. So here we go. Let's pull that. Let's get ourselves our free SSR transfer card so that I can show you what's up with training and how that works and blah blah blah. Usually when you pull, you know, there's gonna be a variety of animations and stuff like that. Sometimes you're gonna see and think that you're getting trolled, or sometimes you're gonna think that you're gonna get something and then you get trolled, and sometimes you think you're gonna get trolled but you actually get something, and blah blah blah. So you know, the experience will vary for sure. And well, I mean, if you go look at my last video upload, not the beginner's guide, but where I decided to talk a little bit about mental health and then proceed with some pulls, the character card that I got, I thought I was gonna get trolled. I thought I wasn't gonna get anything, and boom, out of nowhere, out of surprise, it turned out to be the card that I wanted. So the game likes to pull at your heartstrings like that, so just be warned. Okay, now you see the transfer disappeared, but that's only because, well, it was only once per day. You're gonna run into a lot of different stuff that might seem tempting and stuff like that, but again, you need to come and watch videos of analysis and stuff like that so that you can see whether to pull or not. This is straight up, even for veteran players, this was not a good banner per se. These characters are not necessarily they're not such a force that, oh, I'm gonna miss out by not pulling on these guys later right now so I could have them for later. No, don't pull. Not even for some of the other characters that are exclusive from the anniversary. They decided to throw them in here as probabilities. I would not still pull for them because it's a very, very, very small chance. This banner is only a 3% banner. 3%. So you're going to be wasting a whole lot of dream balls right now as a beginner that you don't have. And I would not recommend spending on this banner. Which reminds me, I need to create an analysis video for this and tell people not to pull. I'm sure people are still not gonna listen, and they're not gonna resist. Oh, let me pull on 3 plus I get 1 for free. No, still don't do it. Don't do it. I'll explain in that analysis video later. And for you as a beginner too, you're probably going to run into this. Hopefully I'm not blocking it. That you see that it's transfer times 10. You need 25 paid dream balls. No, I don't have any. But don't do it. Don't do it. Even though it tells you, I only need 25 and I get 2 SSR carefully selected players. No, don't do it. Let me show you. I went into the details here. We're going to see what's up. A special single-use transfer with 2 SSR carefully selected players, my rear end. As a bonus, you can also get 2, but whoop-de-doo. Don't do it. This is not get ahead of your rivals. You're not going to get that much farther ahead. And I'll show you. 25 paid dream balls. All right. Let's see how much it's going to cost you. Let's see. Well, I'll show you right now. Don't trip. And if you're that, insistent on like, well, I don't want to manage my money. I'm just going to spend because blah, blah, blah. Then consider donating to the homie. Support the channel instead, yeah? If you're going to misplace your dream ball like that, Anyway, so information points. Where are the, probabilities right here. Probabilities. Let's see what kind of trash they're going to hook you up with for 25 of those paid dream balls that could be definitely saved for future use. 10 players available, Jesus. Okay, so No. Look at this one was available at the beginning. You see, the only thing that's good for him is the flying drive overhead kick. But no, I would still not do that. This guy, okay, I guess he has the excellent artistic dribble, which is still a usable dribble to this day. His second most powerful dribble. His first being locked behind. They introduced certain skills that are available through paid purchase, through a purchase only. You don't need it. Absolutely not. Was the technique beautiful? Absolutely. The skill is awesome. Do I need it? Nah. I'm not gonna spend $40 for it. For what? I keep kissing my microphone, I swear. For what? $40 to have a beautiful looking skill, so that what? Then RNG will rob me of the possibilities when I should have. Or like, let's say for the newest Misaki right here, he has a skill called Easy Win. Easy Win means you don't need the most powerful dribble. So relax, guys, relax. All right. Jumping fire volley, you don't need. Windmill catch, definitely not. Skywind swing, no. None of these are usable for the skills. None of these are usable for meta purposes. For nothing whatsoever. This top right is where you purchase your dream balls. So let me show you. This is not always the case. These are the ones that I buy. I buy these. $1, you get 5. $1, you get 5. So I buy 3 of these. $3, 15 dream balls. As opposed to right here, 15 dream balls for 7. Don't do it. The other best deal is when you have that, I guess I'll buy some dream balls, but I don't want to spend that much, is when these go on sale. These will be 17 and the 30 pack will turn into 50. But still, I only purchase those every now and then, and I consider that when the anniversary is around. That's usually the only time that for me personally I consider purchasing this one, when it's available for 50 dream balls at this price. Okay, now if you got money to spend, hey, I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your money. You do you, but still be smart about it. This sale isn't always available. Oh, you can't see it right now because my face is in the way, but this one on the bottom right is 200 dream balls for $80. All this is guaranteeing you is 4 multis. Okay, now if you're desperate and you're like, oh, well, I was like 4 multis away from the pity knuckle, blah blah blah. Again, hey, if you can afford it, if you could do with it, you do you, boo. You do you. And I know that I've seen in some places, I know that there's people that exist that are big spenders and they can, or there are people that are like just dying to spend their money, but they don't know where to spend it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you choose this game to jump into and this is where you choose to spend your money, I would still advise to still spend it wisely. Buy them on sale. You don't have to go all out. Relax, all right? All right. You don't have to completely buy anything. You don't have to. In some cases, it is probably going to help. But again, there was a banner that I showed in that transfers video where these actually no, in the transfers banner there wasn't a paid banner. So you would have to see one of my previous videos where I usually choose a five step paid banner step up. What that does is that it gets you all the way up to 30 paid dream balls to guarantee an SSR. And it doesn't guarantee a new player. You just have a chance because you're guaranteed an SSR, as opposed to getting to a point where you don't even get an SSR. Just the fact that you get an SSR already gives you a decent chance to get something. And there's been on some occasions where I've gotten lucky. That's why I purchase these dollar dream balls whenever they're on sale, and I just stack them. That's what I do. I stack them, and I only use them if I need to. Back in the day, the thing was to stack them to see as many as I could. Whenever there was a banner where I had a player that I wanted, then I would do the one paid daily, and that was it. But I wanted to increase my paid dream balls by spending on the dollar sales, not on this $80 one. Okay, I made the mistake when I was a rookie and I bought that $80 one because I wanted this Dream Festival player and blah blah blah. I didn't have the understanding of gacha and all this stuff and how it worked. And then next thing you know, I pulled my multis. I didn't get them, and I think I actually got 0 SSR. And I was just left heartbroken and not crying, but I was kind of like, whoa, what did I just do? You know what I mean? It was not a good feeling. So please be mindful of that before you start spending. All right? And if you just have this itch, like, well, you don't understand, Naco, I really want to pull, man, blah, blah, blah. Hey, come check it out. Come check out my videos. It'll probably scratch the itch for a little bit. And then maybe you need somebody like me to be reminding you, like, hey, man. Sorry, with my limited space here. Hey, man, stop pulling. Chill out. Relax. Save up some tickets, whatever, so that when you do feel like pulling, you have nothing to pull on, then you got something, whatever. But don't just go ahead and be so quick to open up that wallet and take out the Visa. Okay? Chill. All right. Let's see. Now, we're over the transfers. Okay, so back to the training. I can't believe we've gone this long and I haven't really fully explained the training yet. Can you believe it? And see how there's so much to talk about and whatever, okay? So, the other way that you could train a player is we're going to get to... Oh, I probably should... No, that's all right. So, like, let's say I'm going to go to auto pick right now. When you go to auto pick right here, I'm going to do full auto just to get all the new cards and everything that I have on here. Boom. Okay. So, now we have... Oh, I probably need to go. You see how I pressed and I held, right? Press and hold. When you go to there, I'm in the way now. Give me 1 second. Actually, let me take this chance because it's almost time to take my brother to work. So let me take this chance to pause. I gotta move out of that way anyway, so I can show you where the enhance button is at. So, be right back. Okay, so we're back, and what we're gonna do here is show you then different ways that you can enhance from here. Once you get to this portion at any point, you could click down right here where it says enhance. See, I can evolve them, I could continue training, enhance special skills, teach special skills, skill removal, ability limit break, which will open up once we make it to this point right here. The UR, well actually no, once we make it to right here, this one right here. This one right here, well, of course, obviously comes after this, comes after that, and we'll get to that boundary break and all that stuff, okay? For right now, I'm going to go ahead and evolve them. Oh, my bad. I went through it pretty quickly, but it showed you right there the amount of items that are necessary. Hopefully, there's another one. I think there's another player I have to go, right? 11. Okay. Evolution is complete. As you see here, it already gives you the option to continue training it, so you go ahead. Because the SSR will have you go up to level 80. After level 80, you evolve them. As you see here, it goes back to level 1. So the level 1, now you have to retrain them to reach level 99, but you also have to train up all of their stats right here. Generally, you could just go ahead and max. If they're in yellow, then you're good. Right here, as you see, there's still a few left, so I'm going to go in here. We're just going to go ahead and proceed and continue using these because, as you see, because this is a new account, I don't have a variety of training materials. Most of these have been picked up through gifts and through the if you saw in part 1, I think I was doing the tryhard version, right? And I was suggesting that you do the event that grants you training materials first, so that you could stock up like we have here, so that you could train with relative ease. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and max them out. Like that. Okay. If a card has this option available, hidden ability evolution, then it will pop up. Nowadays, most of the cards have it. There's still the occasional very old card that you're going to get through an SSR ticket that will not have this option. No matter, because it's going to be so old that you're not going to be using it in a team anyway. But for the sake of clearing some events and stages and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, so this one, hidden ability evolution, let's do that. Okay, now here are the materials necessary. Notice here that we need 2 of these now, not just 1. I think I only had 8 total, so I already used up 1 to evolve them to UR, and now I'm using this, so I'm using 3 in total. Okay, and I believe, and these are different tokens too that you need. So you need 1 blue one. Some characters need like 2 blue ones, 2 red ones, other ones 2 red ones, 2 green ones, etc. Okay, we'll go over those events, where you could get those medals aside from gifts, how you can farm them and stuff like that. Okay, but first let's go ahead and proceed. I'm gonna do that. Okay, there we go. After you do the hidden ability evolution, there are some players where this is the team skill. The team skill is what you're gonna be applying on your team selection to increase your stats, and we'll go over that as well. Right here you see it changed from all stats plus 5 to all stats plus 7. Japanese players, 2% increase. It's going to be significant in some cards when they rework them, but a lot of the newer cards that come out usually will already have the best team skill or something like that. So most often when you do hidden ability evolution, most often you won't see that change in the team skill. However, there will be some cards where you might see a change in their passive skill. Okay, I think there might be some of them that start off with something like, okay, they're 10% special skills force up or something, and then all of a sudden it changes to 15 at the end. Something like that, you know? If we come across it, then we'll see it. If not, we'll just know it could happen. Okay, there's our hexes that increase stats for maximum stamina limit and those that unlock your skills. Once you select a hex, check what items you'll need and tap the learn icon. You can select multiple hexes at once by tapping them. You can get amazing hidden skills in the skill field. To do that, you'll need to unlock skill hexes. You can get skill knowledge needed for unlocking skill fields from hidden skill unlock scenarios. There are a bunch of these raids that you're gonna have to defeat in order to get the type of skill knowledge necessary to unlock a lot of this stuff. So, at what stage can you start clearing them? I don't know what's the earliest, but I'll show you through the use of my alt account how now I'm able to clear some stages, and now I'm starting to unlock fully the hidden skills. But there's still some of them where I'm gonna struggle, so I'll see what I'm gonna do, but we'll get into that. Okay, alright, we got it. So as you can see here, you're gonna see a bunch of different increases, and some of these stats are locked behind having to clear one of these. Wow, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if hopefully I moved out of the way correctly so that you could see what I was pointing at, that I had 0 out of 1 required for that. I have, I'm in the way again. Hold on. Okay. So, you see this that I'm missing? I have enough of these because these were gifted to me. For this specific card, these were gifted by the game so that you could basically experience this. However, I don't have enough here. what you could do is go like this, but you can't select multiple like this. You see, when I pick one, it just goes to the highest. You're not really allowed to select multiple. Like I can go, okay, I'm unlock these 3, then I'm unlock this one, then I'm unlock this. Nah, you'd have to do it basically not individually, yes, in the sense that this is like a single boom unlock, and then this is another unlock, and then this up to here is another unlock. You know what I mean? That's the way that it would work. I don't have enough of these down here, so I can't really do much. I can't even select all, so I won't be able to do anything here. I'll show you through possibly my main account instead or something, but we'll see. Let's see. Okay, so you would start unlocking these right here. If you want to view any one of these, you can go ahead and click on it and just hold it, and it'll give you details as to each one. Alright, so you know what exactly you're unlocking. So then you could check right here, okay, this is the one I'm unlocking. Okay, this is the one I'm unlocking. There's gonna be a few times where maybe instead of doing select all, there might be some things that you might not want to unlock. Very rare, but you know, always be mindful of that. Like let's say for example this one. Excuse me, I'm gonna need to get some water in a little bit. Okay, so let's say this one right here. This one has an 80% chance of I have to unclick it. 80% chance of centering kick resulting in a high ball. Centering kick, I'll have to show that through a gameplay video. But let's say you don't want that. Let's say you have a player in your team where he could benefit more from low balls, or he could do well with he'll do better with the low ball than a high ball. But you need to have this card or a better card that has high baller, but you don't want to unlock it. You can certainly do that, but you'll have to go through, like, you know, just the hassle of like, okay, I'll unlock up to here, I'll unlock up to here, I'll unlock up to here, blah blah blah, and doing it kind of manually or whatever, just to avoid unlocking this through select all. The good thing about this particular one is that at least it's at the very end, so it doesn't affect your stats. Most often on the newer cards, and you'll see this, the one on the left hand side usually activates the bond. So that one, since you're going to want to unlock that one all the time anyway, when you unlock the bond, at least you won't be stuck in a situation where, like, let's say high baller was this one right here. That would have been bad, because then if I don't want to unlock it, then I lose out on all of these stat increase on the card. But you know, most often you're just gonna click on select all, but that's gonna take some time as you play the game and you start gathering all of this stuff. Okay, let me show you where you could get that stuff. Go to the events here. That's part of Evolve Player here. This one guy right here gives you the training materials to level them up and to level up the stats, so their level and the stats. This one is to get coins. Coins are used for a few things. They're more valuable once you join a club, because then you start like increasing the stats for the club and stuff like that, and you have to do that through coin donations. So there are like a few things here and there within the game that you could actually use the coins for, but it's not like an, oh my goodness, I really need them. But at least back in the day, when you join the club, sometimes some clubs, I knew the hardcore competitive ones, they had like a coin donation limit per week or something like that. So, you know, I had to guarantee that you were playing the game, grinding the game and stuff like that. Nowadays it's not so necessary, because a lot of clubs are practically at the max. But you know, since you'll be a beginner, you're probably not going to be joining one of those clubs anyway. So just go ahead and save up the coins. Oh, and the coins, of course, you do need them, because every time that you train a player, I didn't mention that, every time you train a player, evolve a player and all that stuff, it costs you coins. So you need to have the coins for that too. Okay, this is where you get all the stat knowledge, but again, this is just stat knowledge, not the knowledge for the skills that you get through those scenarios. Okay, limit breaker item, we'll get into that as well, but keep in mind that this one, it's a weekly one, so that means is that this changes. This one changes every day. I think that it starts with red Japanese, red non-JP for Tuesday. No. So the reset that occurs from Sunday through Monday is red Japanese. Then Monday through Tuesday is non-red JP. And then Tuesday through Wednesday is blue JP. Then Wednesday through Thursday is blue non-JP. Then Thursday through Friday is blue JP. I'm sorry, green JP. And now Friday through Saturday is non-Japanese player. Saturday through Sunday, they give you a different scenario where you're still only limited to 3 times for the day. But it's the only day where you get access to every single one that it's available throughout the week. So that's your opportunity to not only gain more dream balls, so you want to complete all of them as soon as you, well, not as soon as you can, but eventually you're going to get through them anyway. But there's more dream balls there for you to collect. So even though there's going to be 2 dream balls that you'll be collecting here, when these 2 appear on Sunday, they're considered a separate scenario. So you'll get first time clearance for that. But after you clear them the first time, when they come back the following week, it already counts as cleared, so you're not getting another dream ball. Okay, keep that in mind. But so you could also check how many of these items you have, and then you can see based on the team that you're forming and stuff like that where you could farm, or since you're going to be a beginner, just kind of like farm them all overall as much as you can, so that when you really start forming up your team, you don't have to worry about these items. Okay, and since you'll be trying hard and stuff like that, right now, like at this stage right here, I have 38 in energy. So let's say if the team that I build up with the goalkeeper or something is strong enough to, let's say, at least complete this one. This one takes up 25 energy. So out of this, I'll still have 13 remaining. These scenarios give you very little XP towards your rank. So then after I complete that one, right here, this is a very small number, 4,130. So with the 13 energy that I have left, then I could go to the story, or even then, since I'll have 13 left, okay, let's see what else there is. I'll go through, I'll stick to Evolve Player. A lot of these are low XP scenarios. And looky here, all of these that I haven't cleared right now, and a lot of these are available right now because of the event. This is not the norm. This is not the norm. Every now and then, they put every single one of them available. But as you see here, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Where's the Monday one at? All the way at the end? Oh no, Saturday. So right now, it's just one of those times where the company decided, here, we're going to give them to you all week. But so I have my choice to pick from right now at this present time. And I could do maybe this scenario, cost me 10 in energy right here. So then I'll have 3. So while the matches are played and blah, 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 eventually it might go up to 4. Okay. Then I could go to the story mode. Go here, most of them right now, because my rank is so low, these are going to cost very little energy. So this one right here is going to cost me 3 energy. So I completed 2 scenarios. Then when I complete this one with the 3, because the increase in the XP and stuff like that is going to rank me up, which is going to increase this. And every time that you rank up, it fills up your energy bar. So you have more energy to continue playing more scenarios and clearing them that way. So my suggestion is clear some of the Evolve Player stuff, bring this energy down, and then come to a story and complete one to refill it. Just like that, because you only get 1 energy refill per day through the ad. And make sure that you use it, no matter what. Make sure that you use it, especially as a beginner. If you're gonna be a try hard and you want to have as much energy available as possible. And this way also, because this right here, you see it says up to rank 50. Up to rank 50. So right now, this is the way that you're going to take advantage of using that energy to clear as many of those easy scenarios, pile up the dream balls, and slowly but surely level up your rank. But again, making the most use out of your energy. Okay. That will also apply to these events. So right now, this current event right here, this one cost me 15. So let's say if I did something with the other one was 25, right? I would be left with 13. I think you recover 1 energy every 3 minutes. Go do something real quick, blah, blah, blah. Less than 10 minutes, you'll have 15. You play one of these and you could drain the energy. Then you do the energy recovery and then you recover all of it in full. Or, just chillax for a minute. Do something else. And then when it increases later, then go watch some videos on YouTube or something, maybe some of my stuff, and then you could come back and your energy refills, do an energy one real quick, and then maybe you rank up and blah blah blah, stuff like that, right? Okay, so ability limit break, let's see, we have that available right now. I don't think we did, because I don't think we have any items. Let's see. Oh, we do. Okay. So when you go to ability limit break, oh, it lets you do it even if you don't have items. Okay, cool. If you can see here, where did I put my face? On the right side or on the left? I don't remember. I moved out of the way to show you guys what was over here, right? The medals. Okay, so I should be on this side. Okay. Limit break 0, that's where I'm at. The max that any player can have is 200. 200. Right now you have left 100, meaning you can use any 100 on any of these 9 stats right here. However, the most you could use on any one stat is 25. So when you end up reaching this at 200, which is achievable by boundary break 4, you'll be able to give 25, and 25 just means the limit break, not just plus 25 in stats. The overall total that every one of these increases when you give it 25 items of limit break is 1,000. All of these, everything that you need will be 1,000, and almost every player will have like that one stat that you're not gonna care about, so it's cool. Like this one right here, you're gonna level up. If I were to get it a boundary break 4, the dribble, the tackle, the speed, the power, technique, intercept, pass, and the shot. Absolutely zero need for the block on this unit, so I would not waste any materials on here. Okay, so that's the one that you would end up leaving out. The way that you increase this, let's see. Alright, it shows you right here. There it is. You see the UR 100, 75, 25, but that's one. No, okay, it doesn't tell you. Okay, so I will show you about the boundary break through my main account, because there's a player that I have been wanting to increase, but I've been trying to hold on, because I need to use it for footage to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I've been resisting leveling up my new shiny new toy so you guys can see how boundary break and all that stuff works. Okay, but the boundary break, every time you increase it, oh well, I'll explain it when I get to it, right? And that'll increase the limit break. But I guess every level of boundary break will increase the limit break ability by 25. So boundary break 1, 125. Boundary break 2, 150. Boundary break 3, 175. Boundary break 4, 200. That's how it goes. Okay. All right. So, okay, we did this. We did that. Let me see. Okay. So we got this guy right here. Same thing. See, you could click down here. Enhance. Evolution. And then the stuff for passing on skills, skill removals, and stuff like that, I'm gonna do through my shiny new toy on the main account, because I want to show you how it works. I want to show you how you lose a card. You lose the card when you pass on a skill. Okay, but I need to stop getting ahead of myself. Focus on the task at hand, which is this, and then I will talk about that stuff in a little bit. So right now we're just increasing our stuff right here. Okay. You're gonna see this pop out a lot when you're new. You can close it with the X or click on close. Okay. As you see here, I'm not given the option to, oh, well, you can't see it because my face is in the way, but the enhance option got removed because we were on this SSR card, but now that we evolved it into the UR card, it is no longer this, so we can no longer make an enhancement to a card that no longer exists because it's a UR card now. So I would have to go back and go back into it and then click on these and then, you know, whatever, do whatever I wanted to do. But as you see here, this one is capable of hidden ability evolution. However, I don't have the necessary materials here. Oh yeah, I didn't explain where you get these. That's right. Okay. All right. My bad, y'all. My bad. Like I said, it's a lot that's on the outline, you know, and I'm trying to go through it kind of like naturally without necessarily following that outline, and just kind of like, you know. So these right here, hidden skill drills. These drills are for evolution. These hidden skills are for hidden ability evolution. Let's see. Okay, wow. I thought that since they had all of this other stuff available, they would also have all the other colors available for this. But no, as you can see, I only have access to the green ones today, as of this recording. Okay, so then this is going to change tomorrow, or actually not tomorrow, later today when the time resets. As a matter of fact, we might get to see that in this video because, well, we'll see, because it's 3:41 right now, and for me it resets at 4 p.m. Will I go on long enough to be like for you to see it? Probably. Like I said, there's a lot to cover, so let's continue. Okay, so there's that. I guess then the next thing to show you is the limit breaker item here, and then so I'll have to get onto the other thing. Okay, let me switch accounts then. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna continue with a little bit of an explanation of the ability limit break and how it works, but also I wanted to show you well, I'll go over this team and stuff like that in a little bit. Let's stay on track, right? Before I go through all of this, and then, oh yeah, I forgot the ability limit break. So, okay, so Dream Collection. I think this might be the only one that I have not added ability limit break to. Okay. So, like, let's say right here. For a goalkeeper, the max is 75, not 100. For the first, for a standard UR, hidden ability evolution, whatever, right? I don't have any limit breaks on it, no boundary breaks on it, I mean. So the most I could do for a goalkeeper is 75. What you want primarily for a goalkeeper that is primarily catch based, then it's going to be the catch, power, and technique. But once you actually get the limit break to the max by getting a goalkeeper to boundary break 4, all 5 of these stats are going to be increased to the max. Okay, period. So don't worry about where you're going to distribute them. All you need to worry about is getting them to BB4 for the goalkeepers. Now for these players, okay, let's say on this one, on the defender right here, I chose to use my limit break on the tackle and the intercept, the speed, and the technique. You see right there how it changes to plus 1,000 at 25. Plus 1,000 at 25. These values right here are independent of anything or of themselves or whatever, in the sense that these factors are just whatever the game or whatever the developers decided to assign them to. So, you know, there's nothing that changes or increases this value right here, other than, well, the standard 1,000 that you're going to get for increasing this one right here, and this one right here on every one of these stats after you start boundary breaking them and stuff. Then when you do a boundary break 1, and I'll show you when I do it, how all the different increases that you get by boundary breaking them and why you need to get them to boundary break 4. Okay, but now let me show you and give you an example of how the limit break is done. So I'm going to go to this player. I'm going to go to enhance. Notice that I didn't go to the home screen. I did not go to the home screen and go to the ability limit break. But you know what? Let's go to it anyway, so I could show you. But you saw how easily I went to the player that I wanted to, and I can ability limit break them there. But the reason why I just remembered that it is beneficial to go to that ability limit break option right here is so you can see your items. These are needed to increase them. 175, etc. Got it. See all the numbers right here? This is from completing those events that I talked about that appear every day and weekly and blah blah blah, right? So when you want to see where you're lacking or where you're missing, so like let's say the Sunday one comes up, the Sunday to Monday, no, the Saturday to Sunday option, the one that includes all of them. Right here I could see, hey, I'm like, some blue the ones that are in the little sack are the Japanese players. The ones that are in tags are the non-Japanese players. So right here, blue non-Japanese is probably one that I would want to focus on. Maybe green non-Japanese and maybe even red non-Japanese, since I'll get 3 clearances per day, so that I can increase these numbers just so I can feel good about myself as I'm starting to increase these players and not have to worry about having to really have to farm them that much. I don't know if this is already like a nice cushion. I think it takes up to, I forgot if it's up to 5,000 per player or 10,000 per player to max them at Boundary Break 4. Well, we'll find out since we're gonna do it, right? Oh, looky here, this guy happens to be here. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just for the sake of this show you. I could either, well, that's the thing, because I could show you how I used to be back in the day, but at this point it doesn't really matter. I could go ahead and increase these by 1, but again, I guess, well, yeah, maybe it does matter. Like, let's say, for example, well, you're not ready to limit break them to boundary break them to level 4. So instead of just giving them all up to 25, in this case, oh, you know what? Duh. Let me go to max, and then minus 5. And then let me go to max, and I'm going to minus 5. And I'm going to go here. The reason why I like to do this right here is that before boundary break was a thing, for me it was very important that if a defender is going to be able to take the ball away, he needs to have a decent to good pass stat, because then when I want to pass the ball out, I don't want to lose it right away. And that was one of my major grievances at the beginning of the stages of the game, like many years ago, that I hated. Like, what was the point of having a really strong defender if I would use up stamina to use a powerful skill to take the ball, and then I try to pass it out only to immediately lose it because the pass that was terrible. So this is something how I would do it for this particular character. Go ahead and start limit break. 5,000 is the total. Okay, so 5,000 at one stage. 5,000 at one stage. So I believe every other stage is going to be like 2,500 or something. So I forget what's the overall total. Wow, is it 20,000 then? Is it 5,000 per stage? No, because it's 5,000 to reach 100. So the next 100 is going to be another 5,000. So 10,000. It should be 10,000 total at Boundary Break 4. I think. Well, we'll find out when I do it on my main account, alright? So here we go. Now, as you can see here, because I only increased them up to 20, this is the total that I got. Plus 882, not plus 1,000. 882. Now, after I increase my limit break, I could just continue to add on to these stats if I want. So if I boundary break them to one level, which I think I can. I think this character has one. Let's see. You see, even from this screen, I was in the ability limit break menu. I clicked on my held. Now let me do something else. Okay, let me try and boundary break them. Let's see what options we have here. We have a duplicate. All right. And the good thing, well, the good and bad thing about this is that, look, let me show you. I could select this one right here for one level. Tells me down here the amount of coins that I need. These are the tokens that I've been talking about. The Tamatsu Aide tokens, medals, whatever you want to call them. I only have 25. I need to have at least 44 in total for a full team to be boundary broken to level 4. So now I think I don't know if I've been making the mistake of suggesting to you to not pull at all and just save up on, just take whatever SSR characters the game gives you and stuff like that and complete stages and save up dream balls and blah blah blah. Yes, it's gonna take you a while before you can fully boundary break for a full team, But at the same time, I forgot, like, no duh. Well, when you first start playing online rank, well, I don't know that you're going to be facing a lot of other players that are going to have squads at Boundary Break 4. I forget that there's a lot, like, from beginner's rank to bronze, then silver, then gold, then, or something like that. You know, I forgot about all that. Sorry, my bad. But at the same time, there's still, that's why if you're gonna have to pull, if you feel like I need to pull on something, Nako, you can't ask me to not pull on anything for months, Nako. Well, like I said, the time that is gonna be worth it is to pull on Dream Collection or Dream Festival. Maybe 50 total, aka one multi. Or if you absolutely must pull because you just can't resist, max 150. If you're gonna pull on a step up, wait to see some analysis videos to see if they're even worth it. There is somebody that, I apologize, I have not replied to your comment, but somebody mentioned that they wish they had seen my analysis video prior to pulling for all those middle school players to form a middle school team, and it didn't work out. So, you know, part of the reason too why I wait for the, and I tell you, even then, the reason why I would still recommend that at whatever stage of the game that you start, if you're starting right now in February, it's good time for you to have time to save up Dream Balls. It might get monotonous. It might get like, well, Nako, I want to play online, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hope you get lucky on some of these pulls for Dream Collection and Dream Festival. Just go ahead and play online with whatever character cards you have. I think there's just way too many things to clear here. Way too many things that you need to do to start leveling up your character cards before you even really consider playing online, unfortunately. But I mean, you could go ahead and jump in just so you could see why. Like, oh, Naka was right. I guess I do gotta wait. Because look, the thing too is that this team, even this squad, you know, like, I just haven't had time to play online. I'm trying to focus on like mustering up the energy just to be able to put together all of this to explain to you guys, you know. Not to say that, oh my god, this is a chore, but like I said in one of my videos, I'm just, you know, struggling with a few things, all right? And so I enjoy doing this, and I wanted to do this. This has been on my to-do list for a while, so I'm not complaining that it's a chore. What I'm saying is that I'm just clarifying that sometimes I might struggle to muster up the energy even to do the things that I like. Okay, so that's why, even though I want to do online videos and all this other stuff, it's taking me a little bit longer than I had hoped and a little bit longer than I had expected, but this was something on my checklist and I'm doing it finally, okay, little by little. Okay, so the whole point is then that even this squad right here, let's see you see, well, now you get to see how the reset happens, right? So when you get here, I think my face is in the way, but there's like a check mark right here on the bottom left that will say don't display again today. So you click on that, because otherwise every single time you come to the home screen, this is going to pop up. Make sure you click on that, close it. We're going to claim our login rewards here. You see how we're getting a lot of these just from logging in? So, you know, you'll be able to level up some of your players and stuff like that easily when you're just starting the game. Now, where was I going? Because that thing threw me off a little bit. Well, yeah, so to show you the squad, right? So the thing is that, oh no, well, yes, but no, hold on, let me see. So like online mode, I think I've played this like once, maybe twice to clear some of the missions before, or maybe never. Okay, so you see at this beginner 3, my rank, I'm gonna like, with the type of team that I have assembled right now, I can probably, you know, advance. I just haven't made the time, like I said. So maybe you don't have to worry so much about having such an OP team. Not at first. But that's the thing. Part of these tips are to help you so that you have maybe not a perfect start, but so that you could have a good start. So a lot of these players, like I think this account, this character right here, this account was created during the Japanese anniversary of 2022 in June. I created it specifically to pull on the Dreamfest. That's what's called re-rolling, where you create an account and you continue to pull until you come up with a desirable character that you could at least take with you into the future or whatever, but so that you at least come off, you have a good start with something crazy like this, or something that's supposed to be OP, as opposed to the standard SSR that you saw on that beginner account that I showed you at the beginning of this video. It doesn't have any special characters. I didn't start it with that. I didn't start with the reroll. All I did was go into it as if like a brand new person that's never played the game and has absolutely no idea what a reroll is. You see? So you won't get that opportunity to start off with the quote-unquote powerful card. Now all of this right here, almost everything you see here, this is a decent team on paper, a decent team. If I had all of these at Boundary Break 4, would it be usable? Absolutely. Are there some holes? Absolutely. But at least there's some usable units here that, you know, can make some noise for sure. They're all in sync at least. This player right here, Carlos Santana, well, that's the thing, you see. He needs this guy right here for Full Metal Phantom. Santana Natureza. So when I pulled this one by luck, I needed to have one of these, and I pulled them by luck through the free tickets that they give through the anniversary. So all of this, when this started again, was this card from the anniversary 8 months ago, and all of the rest of these, the entirety of the rest of this team, except for the goalkeeper that's right here, all of this came from the anniversary that just happened in December. All of these. This one. This one was from the Super Dream Festival to end the anniversary. As was this one. The goalkeeper right here, Genzo. But this one right here is just the goalkeeper flavor of the month, in the sense that it's the brand new, newest goalkeeper as of February, whatever we're in right now, 17th or something like that. No, is it 18th already? February 18th, 2023. The banner for this player just ended recently. I created the transfer video. It was this one right here, but I was pulling for the Dream Collection version of this card. The problem is that even though this one right here is a Dream Festival unit, it's a little outdated in terms of the stats, no longer standing up to what the meta of today is. But considering where my rank is in online, I should have a more than usable team here while I continue to play through the game, and we start building up on the skills necessary to get the max potential out of a lot of these cards. Like this one, look, Germanic 1-2. I don't have the Tiger Brown that's necessary right here. So I'm left with the predictable only dribble and only shot, and I have 2 free slots right here that I still have to fill. I'm going to enhance and then go to teach special skills. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it on my main account so I can show you all of that. But you see I have a fire pass. I could double click to see what that card has. Let's see. The A skills don't really matter. So when I burn through this card by giving it the fire pass, it's not really going to matter. See, it tells you right here. And then when you go to I think when you go to begin teaching, it will tell you if you're sure. No, we'll confirm on the we'll confirm through my main account where I really do want to pass on a skill. Okay, this one right here in use, and then it has the L right there, is because it's being used in my league team. It is on the roster for my league team, so I cannot pass on this skill because it is currently in use. But even then, that super speed kickback fire shot that's right there requires both a Tiger Brown and a Couts. Tiger Brown and Couts. I'm not trying to select that, dog. Come on. Couts, Schneider, Tiger Brown. So I would not even be able to use that shot anyway, even though that red unit is newer and slightly better. Well, kind of a lot better perhaps once I have everything unlocked than this card right here that is a Dream Festival from, I don't know if it was June 2021 or December 2021. But okay, so then there's that. So you see, a lot of these players, I still need to be able to collect other players to give them skills and all this other stuff. And like even this one right here. Okay, as you can see, I barely started unlocking these. Barely. You see, this one doesn't have them yet. Only this one. So like, let's say now, now that the time reset, now I could probably do that, and I'm going to show you. So like, let's say right here, I'm like, okay, well, I still need to unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. And it tells you right there the skill knowledge required, but unfortunately you can't go directly to it from here. So I'm going to go to enhance, go to it tells you everything you have right here. See, I have 0 out of 16. 16 I think is all that remains for me to max him out, because I've already unlocked one. For every one of these, it usually takes up to 4 of those. So let me go to it. I think my face is in the way again, huh? Hold up. Okay. So you see 0 out of 4 right here. The only way that you're gonna see that is by actually clicking on this right here, because if you click on this, it's only gonna bring up this, and when you click on it, it doesn't do anything. So you have to go through it on the skill tree or whatever, right? And then when this pops out, you click it and hold it. It's gonna tell you which scenario do you need to clear. So you just click on it and it'll take you, boom, straight into it, right? I don't remember how strong I had to be to clear this, but given the squad that I have put together, it's more than enough for a lot of these. That's why I have plenty that need to be cleared. But right now, this one, for whatever reason, I'm kind of thankful for this too. K-Lab decided that this one particular medal would be good for a whole bunch of these cards that were just released, which makes it a lot easier to unlock a lot of these new cards without having to defeat or finish up other scenarios. Now that a lot of my players are relying on this one medal, then I can always try and max this as much as I want until I unlock for everybody. The good thing about right here is that my team was powerful enough. I don't remember. It tells you right here, look, opponent's total power 701,102. If you want to see how to clear it, it tells you right here, look, Japanese Rising Sun players, all stats plus 50%. But if your team is strong enough, this isn't going to be necessary. Once you clear it with enough completion points right here, as long as you get more than 25,000. This one I did it in autoplay because at least my squad is strong enough to do it. Once you complete that, you get the option for skip tickets. For this particular account, because I've been playing it since June, the end of June, so basically July of 2022, I managed to get up to 1,086 through events, and I have to show you where to claim them to in the shop using coins. Okay, so you're claiming at least 2 a day, so that when you come across this scenario, I could just simply go to max. I'm going to use up my 4 tickets. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. I got enough right here, but I know I'm going to need a few more. But for the time being, watch. I'm going to just go back. Keep on hitting the back button. Just keep hitting the back button so that it takes you all the way to where you were at. Now I'm going to click on select all. I have enough for all of it. Cool. Learn is on the bottom right, behind where my face is. You're going to learn all of these skills? Yes, please. Okay. Boom. Okay. Complete. So now I have him almost at his max capacity without boundary break. Once you boundary break him to 4, that's when you will fully get the full capacity of the player. So now the reason why I'm showing you right now is because for this one, as you see, I also have a duplicate right here. So when you're using this, you save up on these, you see? So now I only need 3. That's where duplicates become a little bit valuable. But in my main account, I'm going to show you how this one is a duplicate of the exact same card that I had right now that I wanted to increase. However, this card comes with a slide tackle right here that is unique as of this time to this particular card. So maybe I want to save this skill for a future use. Okay, because like let's say for example, then later on, the card that I'm using, let's say I bring them up to Boundary Break 4, and once I bring them up to Boundary Break 4, and then down the line, a year or something, whatever it is, a new one of this character is released. And then I have one of these copies at Boundary Break 4. I could feed the Boundary Break 4 copy to the new one to break it up to 2 levels, and then I would have this extra copy to pass on that tackle skill. And if I wanted to, maybe I need this interception, maybe I need this block, then I would have the skill removals to take them off and use them as well to feed the new card. So there's a lot of things to consider before you just go, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and no, okay? A lot of things to consider. And then once you're ready to boundary break them to level 4, you're gonna do this, and then you will gain 1 Manabu token, and we'll see that when I do that on my main account. Okay. All right. So now this one, see, same guy. So with a skill field edit. Same guy right here. Okay, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for you to actually get to this point where you start like being able to just as you see here. Not only is it taking me a little bit of time, but mind you, I should clarify as well, the reason why I'm 8 months in and I'm still barely at this point of the game is because, well, 1, I've been going through some struggles. 2, I'm managing a bunch of different accounts while number 1 is happening. 3, well, I'm trying to create content, and part of that content is going to rely on me also having those accounts ready so that I can hopefully do a giveaway by the time the next anniversary comes around. And 4, well, that means that I'm not able to fully dedicate myself to this account to really take it to its fullest potential and really maximize my players here. There were a few occasions too where they gave out Tamatsus as gifts that I was not able to claim. Those were through event missions because they required online play and stuff like that, and I just wasn't capable of doing that, so I couldn't claim them. I have not cleared through a lot of the world challenges. That gives you also some Tamatsus that I missed out on. So I think I've probably made a few mistakes here and there that cost me opportunities for other Tamatsus, because I think some of the accounts that I gave away had up to like 32 or something like that, and this one only had 25. So it's not just up to you and the amount of time that you dedicate to it, but also depending on what they give out through events. And when they give them out through the events, then just try and make sure that you complete that and blah blah blah. But if you're gonna go try and jump in online, it's cool. A lot of these exclusive characters will be good to have now, so that when you get into the groove of things, you're like, all right, I'm really digging this game now, I really want to form a team and blah blah blah. And honestly, sometimes even your dream team, the main way you're gonna form a dream team is by 1, spend a lot of money, 2, have a lot of dream balls, 3, well, spend a lot of money to have a lot of dream balls, or 4, time and patience. Because the thing is that oftentimes the game will probably dictate the type of team that you can put on the field. Naturally, I could be pulling, well, like I said, right here, I pulled for the Natureza, the Dream Collection one. I wanted to put them out here. Then maybe, I could do something else here, blah, 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 keep Genzo in here. But, now what's funny is that I would have had Mueller out here, this goalkeeper, but I got lucky enough, well, then to pull the newest goalkeeper, so I might as well have him here. So initially when I was forming this team, I had him with this goalkeeper in mind. Now all of a sudden I got this new one. Okay, he's compatible with this one in terms of activating the bond right here. So okay, so now my main team is with this guy starting. So the way your team shapes up will ultimately be decided by the game. And you will see on my main account as well, as I show you the comparison of the team that I had forming and the team that I formed now within a matter of a couple of weeks. But that's again keeping in mind that I've been playing that particular account for more than 5 years now, or just about 5 years, something like that. And so I have tons of resources available to me that allow me to do such switches rather smoothly, I guess. And I have access to tons of skills and stuff like that for a bunch of these cards. So it's a lot easier for somebody like me to form something closer to a dream team than it will be for you at the start of this. Okay, so a reminder, this is a marathon, not a race. This is a marathon, not a race. Okay, but it's fun. I have fun with it. I like it. I dig it. Hopefully you do too. All right, now let me switch over to my main account, because I am super ready to increase my player, and I'm going to need to use that to show you how the boundary break works and all that stuff, okay? Or I wonder, should I make the boundary break system its own video? Because this has been actually quite long already, and the boundary break, then I could cover enhancing and teaching skills and skill removal. Otherwise, I feel this video might be way too long because there's way too much information. So let me have you kind of like break it down a little bit by a little bit. So, all right, how about we call the video here? Okay, I'm gonna take a little break as well. I need to drink some more Waddy, and then I want to get excited to open up some Pokemon cards and record for that as well. But it's gonna take me forever to upload them, but it's all right. And then from there, I could work on getting this one like exported and uploaded while I record the other one, so this one could be out. So for those of you that need the help, could have something to look at while I'm getting into the boundary break, instead of waiting for me to record the boundary break and all that stuff. Right. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll call the video here. Hopefully you find all of this information. I know it's a ton. Like I said, bear with me. I know it seemed like a chore, but you know, it's fun, dude. I have fun with it. Hopefully you do too. Hopefully you find it informative. Hopefully it helps you. And hopefully it's enough for you to like and subscribe and come back for more. Don't forget, as always, to please practice kindness. Be respectful. Be responsible. Be safe. Show compassion. Let's be empathetic. Take care of yourselves and each other with much love and peace. Till the next one. To the next one.